to your reading. This is going to be a personal message. Thank you for being here. Hope everybody is doing awesome. So we're just going to pull some cards and see what's up with you at this time. There's no timestamp or time frame here. It's whenever you see this reading. Hopefully there is a message for you. All right, Libra. What's up with the Libra's personal energy? We're looking into their personal energy, mind, heart, body, soul here. Is it fuzzy? Okay. Libra, Libra. Ooh, the High Priestess. Nice. There's something that you know. Something that you know that maybe no one else knows. What else? Seven of Pentacles. It feels like what you're doing here is you're revisiting or reevaluating or I don't know, redoing something, but no one knows about it. Okay, you're keeping it secret. You're keeping it under wraps here. And yeah, there's a really strong energy around your mystical psychic abilities at this time. Like your gut is pulling you toward a certain direction. It could be, you know, your spirit guides or the universe, God, source, but it's like the pull is strong, right, toward something. And I don't know, for some of you, I feel like you're ciphering. Is that like the word ciphering came through? Is this code or like what is this that I'm feeling? It's like having to, like, I feel like you're being given codes and you need to like figure out what's what here. With the Seven of Pentacles, it's giving me this sense of like you have everything on the table and you're sorting it out and you're trying to solve a mystery, or you're trying to put the clue together. Or maybe you've been given like little breadcrumbs of clues or something like that, and it's just like you don't know what it is yet, but you feel called to do it. You feel obligated to do it. You feel like you're supposed to do it. Somebody has planted seeds and now they are growing and coming to fruition. And maybe for some of you, you did this and it's like you forgot you did it. Or when you planted this seed, you weren't being serious or something, right? Like it was just a call out to the universe, or I don't know. It could be literal, metaphorical, obviously. But now these seeds are growing and you can see them in front of you. And it's just like, whoa, right? Like, where did these come from? Did I do that? You know, and so it's also this reflection on life and on this existence of like how these things happen and how you can get from one phase of life, and now all of a sudden you're in another phase of life. And so it's like you got there by planting seeds and by taking action. Like every action, every choice you make gets you here, gets you somewhere, takes you somewhere, right? We talk about timeline jumping, right? Like jumping timelines based off of one tiny itty bitty choice. And it feels like you're starting to see how your decisions and actions have taken you to place to place, if that makes sense. But yeah, I mean, regardless, the sense of having something to yourself, keeping something to yourself, the sense of like being internal, that's also big right now. Like just hanging out with yourself inside your head is coming through. And there's reflection. What can you change? What can you do differently? How can you make the best of these little seeds, these little plants that are growing now, right? Again, metaphorical for whatever it is that you're cultivating and creating in your life, to really flourish and really grow healthy and into something stable, to something strong, to something that you are proud of, that's tangible, that is quantifiable, right? Like you could see it, you could count it, whether this is money or a home, a business, growing your spiritual gifts even, right? Um, and then you have the Knight of Cups here. For some of you, there is a romantic situation at play. And you could be revising your thoughts, feelings, emotions around romance or around relationship or around a person, right? Seeing them differently, changing something up, looking at where you can make the best situation possible with another person. Now, this could be you going toward another person wanting this, or this could be them wanting this with you, or vice versa, like both of you together. But there is something about that, and maybe your relationship is a little secretive, as well here with the High Priestess. The Knight of Cups is a very romantic energy. This is like very passionate and deep, deep, intense, like feeling the love in your body. In your environment, you have the Four of Pentacles and a Four of Swords, two fours. This person, whoever's in your environment, is head over heels, like very deeply in love, very much all about you, in their head, in their daydreams, in their night dreams. Like they just want, if you're not with them, they just want to lay down in bed all day and fantasize, it feels like. And it's like, come to me. I'm getting this with the King of Pentacles. Somebody is saying that, like, come to me, wanting you to come to them. They're not budging. Interesting. They are not budging. They're not moving. They're staying still, waiting for you to come over. And maybe with the Knight of Cups, you are coming over, right? You are coming toward them, because the Knight is movement and action. Maybe you're thinking of how to do that, the best way to do this. But I'm wondering why they're not moving. Is it because they can't, right? They can't get away. They can't come toward you. Are you not speaking terms here with the High Priestess? It's a lot of like, whoever this is. What is this? Like, I don't know if the both of you, I think you're doing a little bit more, right? Like as far as as far as action and doing things. But I think with them, it's like there's not a lot of things that they do. They're very like in the ground, right? Like this, like they don't move. I'm getting very like strong, immovable energy. They like to lounge around and lay around and be in the spiritual world, be in the fantasy world. To them, they're healing. To them, like not having to deal with outside world in certain ways, like to them that's peaceful, that's healing. It's more romantic on your side though. Like they're more physical. You're here, it's more romantic. Maybe there's a lot of like just daydreaming and in your head about like romance, and maybe I don't know if it's like with them or just in general, but your person or whoever's in the environment, is like maybe they're not at your level or your state, right? But they're open to it as long as you come to them, as long as you initiate it, as long as you say something. Do you know what I mean? If it's not a person and in your environment, there is a King of Pentacles situation happening here, which could be like a job. It could be your place of work or how you make your money. It could be authority in some way. Um, and here there's also a sense of like it's not moving, okay? Like it's very heavy, it's very dense. Maybe this is like how much you get paid or your budget, or the money that comes in is always very steady, which is good. But there's also an element of like, I don't know if you're like fixing your credit, because the Four of Swords is healing, right? So there's something that's healing about your money, healing your spending, or maybe you used to have like tendencies that were disruptive as it relates to money, and you're healing that. So maybe that's why you don't want to go anywhere, because if you go places, then you're going to spend. And this is relevant to a Libra reading, as we know. So if you're cross watching, you're like, what is happening here? Like, yes, that's very relevant. It's very important how they spend their money, because they tend to spend it, on lovely things and a lovely life. So I don't know, there's something around teaching yourself how not to be immature or what's the right word? Destructive with money, basically. Okay, so that's like a whole other situation that's not a person that could be happening in your environment. But you're working to have a really solid financial situation happening. Okay, where am I? All right, so let's go in and see what else is coming through. Maybe this person or this situation will show themselves and we can get some more details. We're pulling from the Lumina Tarot, and we're going to do a 30-day spread. So the next 4 cards that come through represent what's coming to you, toward you, the next week or two. There's also this thing of like rising above and being higher than, above something, ascending here with the High Priestess, and how the Seven of Pentacles is high. Okay, and it's maybe looking down at a situation as well. You have the Ten of Swords. Four of Cups. The Hermit. A little scarcity thinking, scarcity mindset. You don't have something, you don't have enough of something. I don't know why I'm getting that, because these cards don't like usually represent that, but it does feel that way. And it's also like you don't need things. You don't need as much as you thought you needed, right? Like the bare minimum is more than enough, or the bare minimum is what you need. Maybe it's like getting rid of distractions or something like that. Maybe you've put yourself in a situation where like all of your previous decisions have led you to this barren place. But here in this barren place, you're learning something, and there's lessons here to be learned. You cannot escape karma. Karma has come. You're living it out. Something it's ending, and it's not fun. It's not the most exciting, sexy situation. There's lessons learned here. The Four of Cups is just a letdown. Okay. It's feeling like you, or what is this? Like there's no feeling. Okay. The Four of Cups, there's no feeling. It's a, I'm getting like apathy, I guess. And I'm getting, it is what it is. It is what it is, you know? Like it happened. There's something about you not being reachable, not being touchable, not being seen. Okay, there's something about you, like you're gone. You're far. You're far away here, on your own hill, on your own island, doing your own thing. You know, like no one knows anything about anything that has to do with you and your life and what you have going on right now. Um, and that's how you like it. That's how you that and that's not just how you like it, but that's what happened. This is the karma. This is just how it turned out. And it's not to say that it's bad, because you could be living a beautiful life, right? Like you can have whatever, you know, but it's just how your life turned out up until this point where you have just gone away and you are on your own, living your own life here. And I'm not to say like you're alone, because I'm sure many of you are not alone. You probably have families or whatever, but there's something about like whatever was before has no access here. And that is the karma. That's how it played out. That's the justice. There was an ending. What else? But there's also this thing of walking the tightrope. I'm getting the sense of like you're pushing it a little. You're pushing it, right? Like you're pushing this boundary, or you're like testing your life, or you're testing the seriousness of somebody in your life, or like you're testing the foundation in some way to see if it'll break, to see if, I don't know, to see what would happen. King of Wands. Testing yourself here in this place, I don't know, in this hermity place. Like, can you do something? Can you not? And again, you're not excited about it because an ending happened, and it was supposed to. You saw it coming. It's karmic. It's justice. But now it's like, oh, like this thing's testing me. You know, I had to overcome this now, basically. In the next 2 to 3 weeks, here, this second row, you have the King of Wands, Nine of Pentacles, Nine of Cups, Eight of Pentacles. I'm sorry, Eight of Cups. Beautiful. Love that. So this person, this King of Wands, whoever it is here, making their presence known, male or female. They took them a while. Okay, they were a little slow. I don't know. I cannot say with full intuitive confidence that these two are the same person. Okay, because for some of you, this is not, very much so not the same person. So this person does the thing, right? There's something about, it took them a little bit. Okay, they were cautious. They needed to make sure that their moves were done correctly, and they were smart moves, and there was the right time, and it was the smart way to do the thing. But inevitably, it gives a Nine of Cups and an Eight of Cups experience of wish fulfillment, emotional satisfaction, support, love, of course, you know, companionship, feeling seen, feeling heard, being excited and happy about whatever this thing, this Knight of Pentacles is. Could be something about your family or around family. Could be like a trip, a road trip, or I'm getting like leaving and going somewhere, you know, to get away for a bit or something like that. And it just sort of reignites your passion, reignites your fire. You're motivated again, right? Like you're coming out of the hermit. You're coming out of this ending, this feeling of like being low or dark, you know, just sort of being not treating yourself very well here with the 10 and the 4 of Cups. And so this king is like, no, we're going to do something about that. And it took him a while to figure it out or to do something, but it gets done. And it creates this reigniting energy of love. And maybe for some of you, whoever represents the king in your life, male or female, that person that doesn't like to really go out and do things or whatever, maybe, yes, they were that way, but because the Knight of Pentacles is telling me that something took them a really long time, or it took a really long time for them to do something, maybe this King of Pentacles finally got up and did the thing. Okay? Because the King of Wands he or she turned it into action. Even though it took them a while to do it. For some of you, it's it could also be regarding commitments or like establishing a relationship with another person that they took a while to get it done. Like you want the Knight of Cups. You want someone that is going to make you feel loved, feel seen, feel validated, right? Feel special. You want to know that your person also feels that your bond, your relationship is special, right? And you're looking for like the higher meaning of why you think that this is important in a relationship, in love. And I think that maybe your person eventually picked up on the fact that you were sort of yearning for this type of connection, because here it's just not telling me that they're very connected in that way. If they are, maybe they do it in their sleep or something like that. I don't know. But it's like they don't take the romance and make it important enough, if that makes sense. And that's not for everybody, right? It's just whoever that is for, right? That you'll know that relates to you. So yeah, so eventually I think that maybe because you went into this barren, whatever barren means, I don't even know, place, and it's like you're gone, maybe they've seen that, they came back and looked for you or something like that, and it's like, okay, this reigniting of passion, love, romance, things like that here with the 9 of Cups and 8 of Cups. At the end of this, so far, you have the Death card. The 5 of Wands. The Maiden of Pentacles. And the Hanged Man. With the 6 of Swords at the bottom. I mean, change is inevitable. You know, something is changing, something's a little different. You may be going head to head, and there's a little bit of tension here with the 5 of Wands. I think you're coming against the change more than anything. It's the change that you're fighting. You want the innocence. You want the beginning. You want when things were ethereal, romantic, dreamy. But it turns out that something happens where something is making you see things differently. Something's changing. Something's brewing here. You're seeing it differently. It's like, why is it not this way anymore? Why are things not so innocent and authentic anymore? Why are things now just this fighting stuff? Right? Like there's a stark difference between these two energies here. It's like they don't really belong. This is too tough. This is too aggressive for a Maiden of Pentacles to be around. And you start to see something differently because something comes to a standstill and you give up. It's like giving it to the universe, like, okay, do what we need, do what needs to happen here. This is too physical. This is too rough for me, whoever this Maiden of Pentacles is. Right? Something needs to change. Okay. So I don't know what that is. I don't know how that relates to you. But I'm going to leave it there. Hope this helps. And you got something out of it. If you need more clarity, you want a personal reading, shoot me an email. I'll be happy to get together and we can do a reading. They're very similar to this. My email is in the description of the video. And then, of course, if you got something out of this, please click the like button, subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much. I like reading for you guys. We'll see you on the next one. Bye.